and this is kind of a JNEWS, I suppose. Yeah, a lot of people, not a lot. Well, yeah, it's the loud, annoying people. Quite a few people have been emailing me about Fukushima, and I've been getting some almost conspiracy theory level craziness from some people saying, "Dude, you gotta get out of Japan. Everyone got to evacuate." And if you go around and look around at some of the comments on other videos, I saw on a propaganda buster video, "Tell me the truth. How many people have left Japan?" You know, I don't know anyone who's left Japan recently. I know quite a few people. They call them Flyjin, Gaijin, who just ran away at the beginning. But who lived in that area, and really you can't blame them. I do know that when Fukushima happened, when 3/11, the earthquake, not just Fukushima, but the earthquake, all the hotels were booked up, all the way down to Kobe and Osaka. Anyone who had money would just go and live in a hotel. It'd be nice to have that kind of money, huh? Like a Johnny Depp or something, just live in a hotel all year round or something. Not that's what he does, but I'm sure he could if he wanted to. But anyway, so I've gotten all these emails recently warning me about the radioactive fish and some extreme calling me an idiot for not leaving and not believing it. And, I figure there's over 20 or 30 million people between me and Fukushima, and if something's going to happen, I'm going to hear about it, through their deaths before it gets to me. However, and the reason I'm talking about this is not just because of Fukushima, but because I was honestly and ignorantly surprised when Tokyo was awarded the 2020 Olympics, and I thought, really, I mean, even my students, we were discussing this, even my more conservative students, and we were all thinking, there's no way Japan's ever going to get it. Of course, this was before we knew that they were going to get it, and we thought, there's no way they're going to get it. Come on, they should have. This is embarrassing. Fukushima's a mess, and they should have cleaned it up, and they deserve all that criticism. And I think it was in Argentina. They had a press conference, and all the journalists were questioning, the Japanese representatives, and saying, "What's going on? And don't you think this is dangerous?" And I was thinking the same thing. I was like, who in his right mind would want to come to Japan? So I was shocked, and almost everyone I knew in Japan was shocked. But looking back, if you look at the competition at who at the other two choices, Istanbul, Turkey, right on the border of Syria, who wants to go there? I think I'd take my chances with possible. Well, I guess it's the lesser of two evils. I don't know. And then Madrid apparently is dead broke. So that's another question. The other article that was kind of interesting was someone was saying that Japan is going to regret it because every country that builds an infrastructure for an Olympic eventually regrets it. And I think they brought up Montreal, and I didn't really, I don't have the articles here in front of me. I'm just using my memory, which is it's human, so who knows how good my memory is, but I was thinking, Japan already has a pretty solid infrastructure, so unlike a lot of those countries that have to build things for it, Japan is pretty much set up for thousands of millions of people already. It's prepared. I mean, that's what it is right now. Tokyo is already prepared to handle millions of people because that's what it handles every day. So I think the infrastructure change will be minor. Comparatively, compared to what other countries would probably have to go to, right? But I do think it's embarrassing that 2.5 years later, Japan has still not taken care of the Fukushima problem. I think it's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for them. I'm not even Japanese, but everyone I talk to here, we just can't believe it. I mean, come on, seriously? Like, no one could have figured out a way by now to do something to take care of that? They could have done something, sent helicopters with tons and just buried it in iron or whatever the hell keeps. Maybe I'm thinking of Superman. Whatever keeps keeps the kryptonite from leaking out. But nothing's been not enough has been done, obviously. And of course, I'm no nuclear scientist. I'm useless. I'd be one of those people that Bill Burr would suggest I should just be honest and walk into the ocean. Bill Burr's a comedian, by the way, that I've been quite fond of mentioning recently. But he's like, just be honest. If you're not in the top 30%, just go to the ocean and walk in. I'd be one of those guys, unless we needed English teacher. I think I'd be top 30% English teachers, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, it's a mess, right? And then Abe was saying, we have everything under control, which just seemed like a really bad B movie to me. It's 2 a.m., 2:38 a.m. But I got to get this out because I haven't made one of these videos. I often have these ideas like, oh, I want to talk about this, but I never get around to it because I'm too busy. And I've been really busy this week. I had my birthday on Wednesdays, and that was a lot of... I basically just enjoyed it. My wife and I went out, and you don't want to hear the details. Well, you do, but yeah, I'm not going to tell you. But here's the thing. Okay, so there's an article out today, and where is this? It's on The Guardian. Is that a good place to check for news? I don't know. I don't know how I found this article. I was just clicking around. But David Bowie's in the top right-hand corner, so must be pretty good. Because, you know Tomoko Sensei loves David Bowie, so this must be a good sign. Anyway, it's about the title is French Fukushima Cartoon Offends Japan. And it's, it just talks about these cartoons. One of them is, I believe, Sumo. Let me not read it to waste your time. But one of them, the original offense was like 2 years ago. Someone made a video or a cartoon of a Japanese goalie with 4 arms, and he's a really good goalie because he has 4 arms, right? And they call him the Fukushima event. And there's apparently a Japanese soccer player named Kagashima or something like that, and they were yelling. The opposing team was yelling at him during the game, Kagashima Fukushima or something like that. And he was so upset that he like was tearing up, something like that. Kawashima, there it is, Kawashima, in 2011. So they're fairly childish, and this. But from what I've heard of soccer games, in certain areas like Italy, apparently they throw bananas on the field when a black player comes out. So, ooh, ambulance. So that kind of stuff happens, and I understand that. And not to say that American sensibilities are any better, because I'm sure I remember seeing a lot of sorry about that, questionable cartoons when I was younger. But the current insult, or the most recent flap, is regarding sumo wrestlers, and how there's a cartoon showing 2 sumo wrestlers, each with an extra arm or leg, with the wrecked Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant in the background, and the TV announcer is saying, "Marvelous! Thanks to Fukushima, sumo is now an Olympic sport." So does that mean because it's finally exciting? I don't know. And the other cartoon says, there's another cartoon that says, "There's already a pool in Fukushima for the Olympics." So, in my mind, in my mind, whatever, I'm kind of redundant, of course, in my mind. Yes, it's childish, and yes, it's insulting, but at the same time, shouldn't Japan have taken care of this by now? Seriously, I mean, come on, guys. This is really how you're going to spend the time? I mean, you should just ignore it. So Japanese lodged formal complaints. How do you lodge an official complaint about a cartoon? I don't know how you do that. Do you go to the embassy and they fill out a form, official complaint form? Anyway, Japan is pissed off, but if you ask me, they kind of deserve it. And yes, it is childish and insulting, but it's no respect, it's disrespectful, but they kind of deserve it. So, sorry, Japan and France, you suck. but what do you guys think? I mean, and have you seen any? Oh yeah, there was a lot of really immature responses on Twitter, as you know, when the earthquake hit. People, mostly teenagers, saying this is what Japan gets for eating dolphin and whales. Just ridiculous kind of stuff. But well, anyway, my 2 cents on that. I've said it. The good news though is that, think about it. It's going to be in 7 years. So seriously, in 7 years, it's got to be better than it is now. Hopefully this will really push the Japanese government to really, just do it. I mean, come on. Stop. You cannot let this go on. You gotta go over there and fix it and stop the leaking and get rid of that mess. Just clean up that mess. I don't know where you're gonna put it, but I have no idea how you take care of radioactive waste, but figure it out, Japan. Come on. Anyway, that's all I got for you tonight. Thanks for watching, and I'll be at the party on Saturday in Tokyo. If you have time, please come out and check it out. And good night.